Mr. Chris McDaniel.
Yeah, I know. You can feel it, right? Yeah. There's energy again. The conservative movement is starting its life again. And it's happening right here in Mississippi. Right? A revival, a resurgence. And there can't be, it's not possible to have a better state with better people than to change the entire country from right here. You know, it's funny, we all know intuitively that Washington, D.C. is broken. Yeah. We know the country's going the wrong direction. Yeah. And it begs the question, if it's going the wrong direction, how do we change it? Well, you can't change Washington, D.C. until we change the people we send there to represent us. Yeah. And that's exactly what we're going to do in June. That's exactly what we're going to do. The country needs change, and we're going to bring it to them. Now, with that said, let's talk about this just for a few minutes. I want to be really clear about a couple of things. I still respect Thad Cochran. I like Thad Cochran. And when he went there in 1973, Richard Nixon was your president. It was a different era then. It was a different time then. Perhaps at the time it was fashionable to spend money recklessly. But those days have passed. These are new fights. This is a new era, and we have to fight and be courageous in this new era. We have people in the U.S. Senate that have given us a lesson on courage of late. Ted Cruz is one of those men. Mike Lee is one of those men. And Rand Paul has been one of those men. But I tell you this, from the heart of Mississippi, we should not have to depend on Texas to lead our fights for us. We should not have to depend on Kentucky to lead our fights for us, or Utah to lead our fights for us. We are the most conservative state in the Republic, and it's time we led that way. Now, Senator Cochran's had his day, and we should respect him for that. He deserves our respect. But he hasn't been a conservative voice for Mississippi. The American Conservative Union, which is the most preeminent grader of politicians in Washington, D.C., one of our oldest and strongest proponents of conservative values in the country, they refused to endorse Thad Cochran this cycle. In fact, they graded him along with the other senators during the Obama presidency. As it turns out, during the Obama presidency, Senator Cochran received a D- from that organization. Only one other senator was more liberal on the Republican side of the aisle than Senator Cochran. That was Senator Collins from Maine. This is not Maine. This is Mississippi. This is Mississippi. And we have to learn to fight like Mississippians if we're going to regain this country. And so this morning, I'm pleased to announce the American Conservative Union did endorse somebody this morning. They endorsed us this morning. There's a reason that Sarah Palin endorsed this campaign. There's a reason that Phyllis Schlafly endorsed this campaign. There's a reason the American Conservative Union has stepped in. There's a reason Freedom Works is here, and the Tea Party Express, and all these groups from all over the country. Yeah. These are not outsiders. These are patriots. These are not outsiders. They're conservatives. And it does them a disservice to refer to them as outsiders. They believe the way we believe. They're fighting for our Constitution, they're fighting for our liberties, and they're willing to lay it on the line to do so. And we have to thank them, not alienate them. We welcome them to Mississippi. And this group behind us, we welcome them as well. What an instrumental group for liberty they've been. You know, it's absolutely remarkable to hear about these groups, and I'm so flattered by their endorsements. And I want you to understand something about the kind of people they are, the character that they possess. These groups did not come to me with their hand out. They're not lobbyists. They're not insiders. They've not asked me for a single vote. They've not asked me for a single favor. You know what they've requested? Give us our country back. Give us our Constitution back. That's all they've asked for. And that's something we should all strive to do. Now, Senator Cochran, again, he's been there for a long time, but there's a couple of things we have to take issue with. His voting record has been liberal for an awfully long time.
Yep.
Tell me this, during the Obama presidency, he's been there 42 years. Name one fight he's led against Barack Obama. Name one. Name one time he's raised his voice in defense of our Constitution against Barack Obama. If you can't fight against this president, that is truly unfortunate. That is truly unfortunate. Senator Cochran voted to bail out Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Over the last 13 years, he's voted to raise the debt ceiling 11 times for over $8 trillion. He's voted for higher income taxes, higher gas taxes, higher internet taxes. And remember George Bush Sr. at the convention when he said, "Read my lips, no new taxes"? Well, he must not have told Senator Cochran that, because Senator Cochran voted for that tax increase. He supported increased gun control. He's voted repeatedly to increase his own pay. He's voted to increase the share of U.S. peacekeeping costs to the United Nations. He voted against a border fence. And we wonder why the Chamber of Commerce is backing him. We wonder why they would stand here and say that. Let me tell you about the party I joined when I was 13 years old. It was a party of liberty. It was a party of conviction. It was a party of courage. It was a party that stood for something. Ronald Reagan talked about bold colors, not pastels. That's the party I joined. That's the party we go to restore. That's the party we go to restore. And I would suggest this. With a country right now that is $17.5 trillion in debt, with $200 trillion in unfunded liabilities, a country that borrows 46 cents. It borrows 46 cents out of every dollar it spends.
Ow.
If it is the position of the Republican Party in the state of Mississippi, the most conservative state in the Union, that we send Senator Cochran back so he can keep spending borrowed money, then our country is in deep, deep trouble.
Amen.
We have, as Republicans, a decision to make, and it could not be more clear. You can go more of the same, more of the status quo, or we can change the system ourselves. We can learn to fight again ourselves and stand for conviction ourselves. That's what we offer. And it's not because we dislike Senator Cochran. We like Senator Cochran. This isn't about Senator Cochran. This is about the people regaining control over Congress. And so I ask you to stand with me, to fight with me. If we're going to lead a conservative revival, a resurgence, there's no better state in the Republic than Mississippi. You won't lead this charge from Maine. You won't lead this charge from Massachusetts. You won't lead it from California. Our people are different. And they're ready to lead this charge. This is where we draw our line in the sand. This is your time for choosing. You storm those gates, I'll follow you. God bless you. I appreciate it.